Welcome to the first ever Boxing Social Instagram live show. Hope everybody's okay. Hello, Paddy15. White Rhino has joined, who's going to be our first guest, Mr. Dave Allen. Hello, Dave. Right, Dave might have to actually help me here. So, Dave Allen. So, Dave, I've sent you a request, mate. No, I haven't. There we go. There we go. For Dave Allen to join the chat. Here he is. Oh, hey, Dave.
Hello, love. You alright?
I'm alright, mate. How are you?
Oh, God, not bad.
What's up? You okay?
Just tired, woke up. Well, I've been awake a while, but not fully.
Oh, okay. How are things, mate, in this crazy old time we're currently living in?
Perfect for me. I just sat home.
Has anything really changed for you?
Not really, now. Just, I've got to cook more.
You've got to cook more. What do you cook?
I'm not even cooking out myself personally, but I'm around the kitchen more.
All right, okay. How are the guys? How's the day? How's Jake Carrigan?
Well, he got stabbed 4 times.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I asked. How is he?
Well, he got stabbed twice, technically.
Right.
The rest were just slashing blows.
What happened? Was it
He got stabbed in
carjacking?
the leg. So I don't know, to be honest. I'm not sure. I wasn't there, but he got I think a bunch of youths in the Doncaster area, like about 4 or 5 of them, just attacked him with a knife.
Bloody hell! What's his injuries?
He got stabbed in the leg, properly stabbed in the leg as well, and then just slashed like his head. They're trying to slash his face, but he got his hands up and they slashed his head with all his fingers and his hands.
Jesus Christ! That's mad. So, what's the recovery period looking like for him?
I'm not sure, to be honest. With this coronavirus, obviously, you know, who knows when's boxing going to be back?
Yeah. I mean, if there's probably never a good time to be stabbed, but when there's no boxing on,
time, this is the time. He said to me, we're going through Doncaster. I said, listen, I said, look, when he came down, I said, look, Donny can get quite rough yet if you get in the wrong area and whatever. And he was like, I'm from Glasgow. I said, yeah. And then when he texted me about getting stabbed, I went, yeah. So I just told him.
It's real down there, mate. It's not like Scotland.
No, it's the ghetto.
Well, all soft in Scotland, mate.
Where he got stabbed, it's like bloody Syria. So,
wow. That's crazy. Right, well, while we've got you, because we have only got 10 minutes, guys, we're going to be doing 10-minute slots with people. So if anybody has any questions for Dave Allen, speak now or forever hold your peace. He's only going to be here for 10 minutes.
Someone put something about my nose being used for scientific research.
Yeah, to be fair, you could. Maybe your tongue as well. You're half a tongue from Lewis Ortiz.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So what are the guys doing? So are you in lockdown, quote unquote?
Well, basically, my sister's a school teacher, her husband's a school teacher, so I've got to look after my nephew. So the key workers.
Yeah, of
so
course.
I'm down here. Liam's had a baby, so Liam's had a baby, so he's busy with the baby. Jay got stabbed, so he's gone home, and Danny's at home to training. So yeah.
That's madness, mate. Absolutely madness. Right, we've got some questions coming in. Best opponent you faced, Dave?
The best I faced overall would be Tony Oka.
Why?
He fucking battered me. He battered me the worst.
Dave, yeah, this is what I wanted to ask you. Did you have a date scheduled? When you coming back? You boxing?
I was boxing April 4th.
Yeah.
Doing the 4-rounder. So people are asking about Eddie and I've been released by Matchroom. I was never with Matchroom in the first place. The last I spoke to Eddie, it was just a case of he's going to be on one of the May shows. It was White Pavecchio, Zori Usyk.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get you the biggest fight possible. And that was it because... And the same people asking about the Tom Little fight. I spoke to Tom myself. I'm just looking for the biggest fight for the most money. possible, you know. And I said that to Eddie. I said that to anyone who was asked. So whoever that may be on whatever show, that's how things are working in my career now. So I was just literally waiting to hear from Eddie. I don't have a deal with him, but Eddie's always been good with me and always tries to get me the fight. So I was just literally waiting for the biggest fight possible, whatever that may have been.
Is the Dubois fight something that still could potentially happen in the future?
Well, to reach Joe Joyce is miles above my level, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess at this stage of my career, you know, I'm either a journeyman and a journeyman / opponent to the big names, or I'm in 50-50 fights with your Fabio Wardleys, Nathan Gormans, you know? I guess that's where I'm at right now.
How are you enjoying life as a coach? Because obviously you've been doing it for a while now, and it seems to have, you know, obviously we all know about that you have a tendency sometimes to be a bit up and down. It seems like you're more up than down these days with the coaching. Is that probably fair to say?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you know, I've got people that rely on me, so
yeah.
Just about training Danny again at the minute, you know, and I prefer it that way. He's got a lot of ability, you know, so I enjoy doing it. But for me, it's just about being busy. So yeah, the coaching thing, it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's too hard to be a coach, really. Boxing's pretty simple. If you've got a good fighter, like Sonny Edwards, if I could train Sonny Edwards, you know what I mean? But I couldn't train Rob Tebber to be a champion. I could train him to be a champion. So it's not like,
that's a fair comment.
You need, if you've got a good fighter, training's easy. If you haven't, it's going to be pretty fucking hard, isn't it? So.
All right, let's try and fly through a couple of quick questions. I saw one up here: Luis Ortiz versus Tony Yoka. Who wins?
I think Tony Yoka would beat him. Yeah.
Okay. Free chomps or a Mars bar delight, Dave?
I made that up, by the way. No one.
Go on then. And what's the answer?
Free chomps.
Okay.
I'm not a massive Mars delight fan, to be honest.
Boxing Social. Do you kiss other men? No, only Dave actually. Dave, would you rather be bald or have the interviewers trim?
Bald.
Thanks. I started reading that question before I knew what it was. That was a big regret. Okay, trying to flick through. Most exciting fight in world boxing in 2020 if the schedule's back on, Dave. Pick one fight.
What was it? You know what? I don't even remember what was happening.
So there was Canelo-Saunders, Inoue Casimiro, Dubois versus Joyce.
I was looking forward to Dubois. Joyce probably the most.
Who were you picking with that? Because you sparred a lot with Joyce, haven't you?
I was picking Joyce, to be honest. I thought Joyce was all manning out of it. But yeah, I think I was looking forward to that one the most. But that little Japanese fella, Casimiro, would have been a cracker, to be fair.
Yeah, it was a 6-round little firefight. I was supposed to be going to that, mate. I'm so gutted.
That would have been a really, really good fight. But Dubois Joyce, you know, is a British heavyweight with a bit of interest behind them both, and that I think, yeah, I was looking forward. That's not even happening anymore either. So yeah, that would have been good. Right, well, I'm just trying to line up the next guest.
Take this question, Dev. Who wins Joshua Fury if it happens? Already know the answer to this. Go.
Well, I think Tyson will win, but obviously there's no foregone conclusion in that, you know. Big Fury fan, and he looked great against Wilder, but Joshua would be a different challenge altogether. He's bigger, physically stronger than Wilder. I don't think Tyson will be able to push Joshua back as easy. Yeah, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion, obviously, but I would pick Tyson to beat him.
All right, we were actually waiting for... Okay, here's one. Dave, this is going to come up a lot. I did a Q&A yesterday, and I probably had about 50 questions about this. Dave, who wins, Rob or Coogan? Come on, Dave. Come on, Dave.
What, is it a boxing match or a fight?
Yeah, a boxing match.
To be honest, I don't think either you can fight, to be fair. I'm not really sure.
Cheers, mate. Great.
I see. Will Danny sign for matchroom? I don't think... You know what, Rob? Danny's very talented, yeah, as you know, like good. He can fight, but he's not going to sign for matchroom, you know. But if anyone wants to game a slot now and again, we'll take it. I guess that's where we're at. That's the same role I believe I've got as well. I'm just waiting for the slot now. If we can get a fight, probably at this stage of my career, I'm going to be the opponent, aren't I? Now, which I'm fine with. Quite happy with that.
Do you think there's a chance you might not box again?
But I won't box again ever. Is there a chance I won't box again ever? me, I guess it's a possibility, yeah. I'm just waiting for the fight, really. I don't really want to fight for... If I'm going to fight again, I want it to be a big fight for a lot of money, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point? I've only got a few left in me, really. You know, the board have told me, the specialists have told me I've only got a few left, so unless it's for a lot of money and a big fight, I probably won't be doing it, so we'll have to wait and see.
Okay, last question from the viewers. Do you think Canelo is that good to go to cruiserweight?
No. Absolutely not, no.
Explain why.
Because cruiserweight's £200. Imagine fighting Dorticos or Brady, it's the stream. It's too small, way too small. That's a ridiculous question. Do you not think that's a ridiculous question?
Yeah, but I asked anyway because there was a very high-profile member of the media who suggested that he could go to cruiserweight and compete up there. I'm not going to say any names, but sources tell me it was an American. So
well, the thing is, yeah, it's like Canelo wouldn't have beat John Ruiz in a million years either. The way that Roy Jones did, they're different fighters altogether. Canelo he wouldn't have a prayer, but he's obviously an unbelievable fighter, you know. I'm not really a massive fan, as you know, because I think he's a bit of a cheat, but yeah.
All right, okay, mate. Well, before I let you go, I'm actually the next person we're due to have up is none other than dazzling Darren Barker, who I spoke to an hour ago, and he was very, very up for it, but yet he's not in here yet. So
Darren's not known for his reliability.
No, boxers aren't, generally speaking.
I am.
Yeah, you're good, mate. This is why I had you first, because I knew you'd be reliable. So at the minute, we're currently...
Do you think Canelo would beat Lawrence Okolie?
Who?
Canelo would beat Lawrence Okolie.
Do I think that?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think it would either.
No way, because Lawrence is massive. Lawrence is 6'6". Or 6'5", 6'6". He's massive. As soon as they get into the first clinch, Lawrence will hump him.
He won't beat him, would he now?
No. No.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, Dave. Well, if you have any final words, let's hear them now, because I'm going to shut you down, and hopefully Darren will be here. And if not, I think Sonny Edwards is quite keen from the looks of things. What final words have you got for people, mate?
I haven't really got any words at all. Going back to sleep now.
Cheers, mate. Well, thanks very much for stepping onto the channel, stopping by. Do appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, the White Rhino, Dave Allen.
Thanks everyone for saying happy birthday as well. Bye.
Oh, God, yeah. So yesterday I invited Dave on this without wishing him happy birthday first. So sorry about that, Dave. Happy birthday, mate.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
All right, mate. Take care.
See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so we're currently waiting for Darren Barker, but it's not really looking great at the minute, I have to say. So yeah, where is Darren? Also, my phone is Darren Barker. See, the reason why I put out the social media post, which had everybody's name on it, is and Lawrence Okolie knows this. Hello, Lawrence. I don't know if you heard, but we just said that Canelo would beat you. So I don't know if you've got any answers to that, mate. Maybe you could fight him, Cinco de Mayo, 2021. Let me know. But, yeah. Okay, all right. Dave's still somehow on here, which is annoying me. Okay. Right, I might have to start this again, which is annoying because it won't let me remove Dave Allen. This is a story of his life. Right, okay, he's gone now. He's gone! Okay. Barker. Can we go for Barker? Darren Barker? Anybody? Well, I'm requesting. Sent you a request. Hello, Darren. Here he comes. Okay, I would stop him within 2 rounds. Oh, Lawrence, Canelo's coming on 10 minutes after you.
Yo!
Mr. Barker, how are you, sir?
I'm very well. Well, I'm on a golf course currently. Don't worry, I'm taking all the necessary precautions. I've got my glove on, as you can see. I'm only playing with my brother.
So yeah, but self-isolating on the golf course.
Yeah, I mean, it's a safe place to be, isn't it?
Right, yeah. Darren, we're going to get through some questions while
go on, mate. Fire away.
Right. Okay, who do you think wins, Joshua or Tyson Fury?
Oh, blimey! I'd have to go with Fury there. Don't get me wrong. I think it's an absolute belter of a fight, but I just think I don't know if Tyson Fury's going to lose. If I'm honest, I think he's showed us now that he's so versatile. He can fight on the front foot. He can obviously fight on the back foot. Showing that he can whack. He can put that 19 stone behind his punches now. So for me, he's a real danger man, and he could do a Marciano and go unbeaten. He really could, that one.
No, okay. Do you think Tyson Fury will only have 2 more fights in his career? Because that's what he's saying.
Possibly to achieve. He's done a lot, hasn't he? So,
yeah, but there seems to be a lot of guys in there who he could fight.
Even why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what are you chasing? I think he secured his legacy, in my opinion. He's got plenty of money in the bank, so...
Right, okay, right. Let's try and rattle through these, because we wasted 5 minutes just with poor
Go
connection.
on, mate.
How far do you think Usyk will go in the heavyweight division, Darren?
Yeah, I think he can go... well, yeah, I certainly believe he can win a world title, no doubt. He's so skilled, and I don't know if anyone's seen him recently. He's really filled out. I'm just curious to see if he'll carry his speed with him. Now he's put a bit more weight, but I'm confident that he can certainly win a world title.
Which is the easier champion for him, Joshua or Fury?
Well, look, I guess I've got to say, do you know what? I don't know. That's a great question. I think the Joshua fight is a better fight for the spectator. I don't know. It's a great question. It's not me sitting on the fence. I genuinely, it's a really good question.
Okay. Right. Okay. Going to try and get through this. Canelo or Billy Joe? Obviously, we're expecting that to be rescheduled for later on in the year. Who wins that one, Darren?
Do you know what? Call me mental if you want, but I'm going with Billy Joe. I don't think people would say I'm mental. I think he's a very special fighter. He's one of the best that I've been in with. I sparred with Billy, and he's exceptional. He's so hard to it. He's so quick, developing more power and more in his recent fights. And I think to beat Billy Joe, sorry, just picking up my bag. To beat Billy Joe, you've got to be so busy. You can't be one pace. And I know in Canelo's last fight, fighting Kovalev, he was fighting a bigger man, so he was being a bit more cautious with his work. But he can be guilty of being one pace. He doesn't go through the gears. And I just think with Billy, you've got to have a decent tempo to be able to beat him. And I just think Billy might be able to pick him off. If he gets the nod on the scorecards, that's a different matter altogether. But yeah, I really do give Billy a very good chance. Fair
enough. Okay, question coming in here. I know the answer to this. This is an interesting one, so we'll ask it anyway. Who is your hardest spar, Darren?
Mikel Keza, without a shadow of a doubt. He was the best I've been in with, full stop. He punched so hard. Like, he really did. He was spiteful, and he showed me the importance. Late on in my career, he showed me the importance of a good jab. It was just so spiteful, and it sets everything up. So yeah, without doubt, Keza.
What does it say about Carl Froch that he was able to go through those wars with Mikel Kessler and take those shots?
Yeah,
because obviously Froch is somebody you know very well as well.
Yeah. Froch is an absolute warrior. You know, he's hard as nails, and that proved it. But I will also say how exceptional of a fighter Joe Calzaghe is, because in my opinion, beat Mikel fairly comfortably, and Mikel was, in his prime there, and I just think Joe, for me, is the best fighter we've ever had in this country.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get an interview with Joe Calzaghe, Darren.
Don't worry, you'll get one.
For anybody who's watching, I've been trying to get an interview with Joe Calzaghe for about a year now.
I'm waiting
Darren
for you
Barker
to line my pocket, mate.
Mate, name your price. Name your price and make it happen.
All right.
Okay, you've got plenty of money anyway. Those golf courses don't look cheap, mate.
Nah, it's a complimentary membership. The Shire Golf Course London.
There we go, free plug. Okay, mate, I'm going to let you go. Hopefully Dave Coldwell is in here. If he's not, then looks like I'm going to be by myself. But Darren Barker, former IBF middleweight champion of the world, thanks very much for stopping. Bye. And I'll catch you soon, mate. Thank you, mate. The connection, which people are right to say is my issue. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep it going. At the minute, oh, why have I turned things around? God, so yeah. Tebet versus Umar, IFL TV. Umar is the fight we want to see. Why would I fight him? Bosses speak to bosses. I'll fight Coogan. Okay, Darren Barker, absolute legend. Yes, I agree. Who's someone you don't want to... Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just WhatsApping Dave Coldwell. Sorry, I got distracted by that, take your top off and talk dirty to us. I don't think anybody wants to see that, mate, to be fair. This is my garden, by the way. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Looking well, Rob. I don't think so, mate, but thank you, Tom. Mr. Lyons. Shout out Tom Lyons. All right. I am currently already behind. Got the paddling pool out. No, mate. Well, I have, but it's pure laziness, really. That's done that. When's the Q&A uploaded? I was actually up until midnight. Well, gone midnight, actually, editing that. You need new Wi-Fi. It's not new Wi-Fi. Dave, okay, mate, can you send me a request? Because at the minute, it's not letting me... My phone's a little bit knackered. Hang on. Wait, sorry. Hello. Dave, can you send me a request, mate? Dave Coldwell up next. At the minute, it's... I keep pressing the button and it's not letting me. I feel like one of those old people who can't use a phone. Have you lost your lawnmower? Are you talking about the grass or my face? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Dave, are you requesting? Where's Dave? That's a good question. We are also 2 minutes late. Sometimes it gets stuck and got to start again. Right, my guys who are watching this. So hang on 1 second. Restarting. That okay? So if people are watching, my guys from Boxing Social who are keeping an eye on the stream, as they've been told to, sometimes it gets stuck and got to start again. Thank you very much, Sonny. Are we good to do that or click Dave's name? Cheers, Sonny. It's good to have you here, mate. Thanks for that. Dave Coldwell. Okay, go live with Dave Coldwell. Waiting for Dave Coldwell. Connecting. Here he is. That's a proper garden. Look at that. That's a proper garden. I'm good, mate. You?
I'm all right. I'm all right. It's been amusing me watching you struggle with your connection.
Well, I'm convinced it was Barker because Barker stood in the middle of a golf course and apparently I'm the one with a bad connection. But anyway, it doesn't matter now. We've got to carry on. How are you, mate? How are you enjoying self-isolation / lockdown?
Pretty much same as everybody else. We're a couple of days in and we've had enough, really, haven't we?
Yeah. Talk to people through, obviously you're the first trainer that we've had on. And you're also a manager. You manage a lot of fighters. How big of an effect, it sounds an obvious question, but how big of an effect and an impact is this on you and your guys?
Massive effect on Jordan Gill. I'm gutted for him because he had a nightmare 2019. Obviously he had the loss, came back from the loss with a win, and we thought he was going to push on, but as it turned out, he had a serious illness which affects his thyroid, his immune system, autoimmune. And so we've been getting him back healthy from being in a position where I didn't actually think he was going to box again. So to get into a position where he's back healthy again, and then we got a date ready to go, March 28th, Sportswear Day, March 28th. Then again another one in the summer, and then a big one in September. And then it's all it. 13 days before, 10 days before he's due to fight. Obviously, country gets all wiped out with boxing and sport. So yeah, he hit him hard, devastated. But he understands. I had a good talk with him. He understands that he has to keep working, has to keep focused on improving every day. And when the green light goes, and like I've said, when the world gets to press the reset button, he's got to be in a position where he's ready to go and doesn't have to drop loads of weight, doesn't have to get his timing back. Just keep ticking over and keep going as best we can, really.
Have you got any idea as to how long this might last for your guys?
I'm the same as anybody else. I'm listening to Boris every day. There's people that I respect and I listen to, scientist wise and people that know a lot more than myself that I listen to, and it sounds as though it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. But that doesn't mean that we all need to panic and do stupid things and just lose our heads really and forget about what being a human being is. You know, human nature. You know, we're supposed to look out for each other and try and make things as smooth as possible. That is the essential way of living. Keep things smooth, avoid the bumps. Well, a lot of people are creating bumps by going out panicking, panic buying, you know, doom and gloom. You know, it is pretty much doom and gloom, but you can't react like that. We can't control anything that's happening. We can't control anything. All we can control is how we react to it. And if we're reacting the right way, we'll recover quicker and better than if we react in the wrong way.
So you've got kids, you've got 2 kids. Are they now home for the duration? You're housebound with them?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a case of being housebound. We're being
not
smart,
housebound,
you know,
but
we're going out and about, but not in you know, where there's gatherings of people. You know, having said that, going for walks in the woods, all of a sudden the woods are packed. The same trek that we always do, because we've got a big dog. We always take the dog for a walk. And whereas normally you see the odd people, now it's like, whoa, there's loads of people.
Yeah.
Because people just trying to fill time, you know. But it is what it is. You just got to be careful. You've got to be smart and just go about it the best way you can. Because the problem is, a lot of people, obviously in this day, there's a lot of mental health awareness, and people being cooped up, it isn't a good thing for those people with that kind of mentality where they're going to struggle. You need to keep yourself occupied. You need to keep your mind going. I mean, I'll take Theo on the back playing football. I've took him in on the field that's near us today, playing football for an hour and a half. Just, you know, my daughter's into music. She'll play on a guitar and she'll work, you know, with the songs and things like that. You've got to keep your mind fresh. You know, I'm going to carry on training at home and things like that. The beauty about my gym is that my gym's not open to the public and it is purely empty. You know, the only people that use my gym are I train 2 fighters. That's it. You know, there's nobody else. So there's not no big gatherings. You know, so if I want to go down to the gym and train in the gym, I can go down and train in the gym. You know, Hope's got a key. Jordan's got a key. If they want to go down and use the gym, they can. There's nobody else that's allowed in there on a good day. Never mind on a day where we're having to, you know, keep away from people.
Just finally, Dave, because you've got a dragon or something in the background making some noise.
That's my dog.
Question from Ade Oladipo. Hello, Ade. Boxing Talk with Ade. Everybody's familiar with Ade. I know you're going to have quite the rant about this, but you've only got 2 minutes. What does Dave make about UKAD? Because you've got 10-minute slots, mate. And
okay.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes in and out. Fast food boxing. Here we go. What does Dave make about UKAD and VADA announcing drug suspension?
Oh, mate, the fucking, do you know what? It pissed me. When I saw UKAD, that pissed me off. But to see the WBC president come out with that shit last night, that really, I was fuming. You know, for the rest of the night, I was fuming because listen, people can say, oh yeah, but what do you expect them to do? Because there's an epidemic and pandemic and they've got to look after themselves. I get that, but just don't tell everybody. Yeah. If the police come out and say, oh, but due to the coronavirus, we're going to stop working, you're just giving out a flag for everybody to just go out and be criminals. And it's the same thing with this. If you think that there's no chance you're going to get caught, there's no testing, there's no random knock on your door, right? If you know that's not going to happen, if you're a cheat, you are going to cheat. You've got a free reign. And that's what they're doing. Listen, until somebody comes, I'm not a boxer, so I don't get tested, but until somebody comes and knocks on my door, if I was a boxer, knocks on my door and comes at random testing, I don't know what they're doing, who else they're testing. I don't know if they're going next door. I don't know if they're going to somebody else's gym. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not aware of it because we don't know. It happens. Fighters get tested, but we're not aware of what happens with anybody else until somebody tweets a picture saying of the piss, saying, oh, random testing, 6 a.m., rah, rah. We don't know they're being tested, right? So what is the difference if we don't know if they're being tested and they are being tested to if VADA and UKAD just didn't do the test because they can't for their health and safety and they just carried on as we are? Because until you get that knock on the door, you don't know that there's testing going on. Now by coming out and saying, we're cutting back on the testing, we're not doing no testing, rah, rah. Everybody knows that no testing. So if you're a cheating scumbag, you're going to go and cheat. And I look after fighters. I train 2 fighters that wanting to get up there. I manage fighters that wanting to get up there. Right? Every time my fighters step in the ring, they're risking their lives. Right? Pricks like that telling the world, go ahead and cheat because we ain't going to be testing you, are putting my fighters' lives at risk. And please God, nothing like that happens. What they're doing is they're making it harder for my fighters to win. When they get the opportunities against better fighters, higher level, and they climb the rankings, challenge for titles, if the other fighters are on gear and have been cheating for God knows how long and made themselves stronger, made them fitter, everything, my guys are at a disadvantage. And that goes for every other clean boxer. Every other clean boxer goes in at a disadvantage against cheats. And by giving them a green light to go ahead and cheat because you're not really going to get a knock on the door, it's bollocks, it's stupid, and it was callous, and it's totally irresponsible towards this sport. You know, it's just a great sport. I love this sport. But people like that are in power are ruining it and making it a lot worse than what it should be.
Well, I knew you wasn't going to stick to 2 minutes on that subject, but thanks very much for this. Very well said.
That's my PG version. That's my PG version.
Well, I know you saw yesterday. I've just been announced as the new host of the WBC Boxing Podcast, so I'll be speaking to Mauricio. Notice that I announced that before Mauricio announced that, and I didn't know about that. So yeah, at least this gives us something to talk about. But anyway, Dave Coldwell. Yeah. So I'm going to be hosting the WBC.
You know, you're taking piss there.
No. Check Twitter.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Get me on. Get me on.
Okay, deal.
Get me on a one-on-one with.
Okay, deal. We'll have you on at the end of the month.
Right. Okay.
All right, mate. Thanks very much for stopping by, Dave Coldwell. Absolute gentleman. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Lawrence Okolie, you're up next. Cheers, Dave.
Cheers, mate.
Okay, so removing Dave Coldwell. Lawrence Okolie. Is Lawrence Okolie here? Lawrence? Get Addy on. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea, actually. Do we have an Okolie in the house? Is there Lawrence Okolie here? And click to go live. Right. Okay, got... One second. Having a bit of a mare here, guys. Something's up with my... There we go. Lawrence Okolie. Go live with Lawrence Okolie. Lawrence Okolie's unable to join at the minute. Unable to join, apparently, Lawrence. Do we have Lawrence Okolie in the house? Is there a Lawrence Okolie here? Get Sonny on. Sonny's on after Lawrence, which is in about 6 or 7 minutes, I think. So, yeah, we're currently waiting for Mr. Okolie, the source, who is obviously due to fight for a world title before all of this coronavirus carry on. So I'm sure he does have some interesting things to say. So it'd be good to get him on if we can. Lawrence Okolie, anybody? Is he here? Right, so I'm scrolling up to try and find his name so I can send him an invite. Go live with Lawrence Okolie. Lawrence Okolie's unable to join. I think maybe Lawrence Okolie has left the building. And to think I was evens on being late. Yeah, you were ahead of Lawrence, to be fair. Or were you? I can't remember. Buatsi was definitely the red-hot favourite, though. Buatsi is the type of bloke to be late to his own funeral. When's Fowler on? 3 o'clock. Fowler's on. Get Sonny on. Congrats, Rob. Didn't realise you got the WBC gig. Thanks very much, Mr. Boxing Force. Appreciate that, mate. Coley. Where is he? Right, I'm going to send him a WhatsApp. If he doesn't reply, then we'll get Sonny, can you fix the Okolie connection issues? Get Lawrence on. Come on, Lawrence. Put Lawrence on after Sonny. No, because if I put Sonny on now, then Sonny will only get 5 minutes. Have you ever tried to speak to Sonny Edwards for 5 minutes? It just doesn't happen. Does not happen. Which is a good thing before he digs me out. Lawrence Okolie. Go live with Lawrence. Okay, Lawrence is unable to join, so I'm just going to vamp for a little bit, I think. Yeah, or maybe put a fan on for 5 minutes. Let's have a look. It's right. Okay. Who? Oh, Lawrence. Okay. Right. So Lawrence apparently is here. Why is it not working though, Lawrence? Hi. All right. I can't do it. Lawrence, can you send a request or something? Okay. Go live with Lawrence Okolie. Waiting for Lawrence Okolie. Waiting. Here he is. It's the source.
Hey!
How are you, Lawrence?
How's it going?
You what?
How are you? It's Mother's
I'm good,
Day.
mate. It is Mother's Day, so thank you very much. I know you're...
I had to see my mum.
Okay, no problem, mate. Do appreciate you popping on. We're going to crack straight onto it. I knew it was going to be one of the AJ Boxing boys. We're going to be late.
Wow.
But anyway, right, you were due to be boxing for a world title, mate. So I'd imagine that you're probably more gutted about this coronavirus stuff than anybody else.
Yeah, well, I'm gutted, but then at the same time, it's gonna be pushed back. At the end of the day, as long as the world keeps on ticking, it's gonna we did. Yes, as long as the world keeps on ticking, eventually it's gonna happen.
I had this conversation with Shane the last time I was at the gym. In an interview that ironically didn't go out because of course of all this coronavirus stuff. You've not been with Shane for that long. By yours and Shane's own admission, you've got a lot to not a lot to work on, but there's a lot of improvement to come from you in the coming months. With having a delay like this, does it give you a little bit of extra time to work on things, sharpen the tools? Right.
I was ready.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, I believe I was ready for the world title then, so I'm ready for it now. It's just extra time to keep on working, longer time just to... I think that also it helped with just understanding that I'm boxing for a world title. Because say it was, you boxing for a world title 5 weeks, it's a lot to kind of process, but now it's been months of like, okay, I'm going to be a world champion, here, there, whatever, so it's calm.
How do you feel like you're developing under Shane?
Yeah, I feel I'm developing well. He obviously a lot of stuff that I could get away with, because it wins. He's not that impressed with, so he's always trying to grind out at me. So I feel like I'm getting a lot more savage. So I like it.
What about your significant other, Mr. Billam-Smith, who's going to be watching this? Your cruiserweight stablemate. How's working alongside CBS?
No, it's good. He's extremely funny. So I enjoy the training and stuff like that. But yeah, like I believe that the McGuigan's gym by the end of this year or early next year are going to have all of the possible titles you can have at cruiserweight. So that's British, Commonwealth, European, and World all under one roof.
Right, so it's a bold statement. I was supposed to be in Latvia for the World Boxing Super Series last weekend. Obviously, I wasn't in the end. Bradis versus Dorticos. Me and you have spoken about this. Who do you think is going to win that fight? When it gets rescheduled?
I personally believe Dorticos should win. Cause I'm a fan of like long power. So I feel that Dorticos will get it done. But then at the same time, I feel it sways. I don't know if Dorticos is able to kind of just put the pressure on them and get the work in. He should get the victory. But then Bradis is very like good combination puncher, very heavy-handed. So I'm not sure that's a close fight. I'm not sure.
Blows hot and cold a little bit sometimes, Bradis. Chris actually went out to spar, obviously, shortly, but did he give you any insight as to what it was like in camp?
I'll let him say. Are you interviewing him at some point?
I am, yes, 250 or 240.
Okay, then listen, then at 250, I'll be tuned in to hear what he has to say.
Okay, great. Well, Lawrence, before I let you go, what message have you got to people, obviously, like myself, other boxing fans who are in lockdown at the minute and missing their boxing?
The first show back is probably going to be the show that I'm on. So thanks for waiting, guys. Now, joking. I do feel for everyone. Even myself, just stay focused. Use the time to recharge your batteries and work on other stuff that you don't get to work on with the hustle and bustle of working life. So just stay positive, stay happy, and keep going.
Well said, mate. Okay, Lawrence, thanks very much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Wish you all the best and hopefully catch up with you soon, mate.
Thank you. Chat.
Thanks, Lawrence. Okay. Rob showing off his fancy watch to the camera. My watch cost about 10 quid. So I don't think it's that fancy. Sonny Edwards is on next, so we're just waiting for my stuff to load, and then we will get Sonny on, which I'm sure will be interesting, as always. Okay. What time is the Q&A released? It's actually ready to go. The first part of it's ready to go, but I'm doing this at the minute, so not yet. Trying to get you on, Sonny, but it won't let me get rid of Lawrence. I think it's frozen again from what you were saying. Rob, how do you get your beard so good from a beard enthusiast? I just let it go, mate, to be fair. Just let it grow and let it go. Sonny, I'm here. Have you sent me a request, Sonny? Your connection is terrible. Yeah, it's not ideal, is it? It's not ideal. But we're trying. I'd go inside, but my daughter would be screaming the house down, so I'm not really up for that. I can't click on my name. Neither can I. Respect from Albania. Shout out all my Albanian or all boxing socials Albanian fans. Right. Okay. I might restart this, guys, because I'm eating into Sonny's time. So I'm going to quickly restart this. Okay. I'm just waiting for my guys who are watching to give me the okay. Might have to start again. Eating into your time, Sonny. Still says live with Lawrence Okolie. Okay. Right, okay. Waiting for Sonny. I can hear him.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can't see you, but I can hear you. I don't know what's going on. It might be the fact that I am in my garden. I'm on my 4G, but I do have 4G. But...
Yeah, anyway, I can hear and I can see you. Huh?
How are you?
Very, very unbusy.
Is your fight officially off now?
Yes. The 2nd of May, completely done. Every card on the 2nd of May. I'm pretty sure the only cards that were left are MTK ones, and they're done now as well.
Okay, right. Can we get some questions in for Sonny? Questions in for Sonny.
But yeah, I've not been doing anything. I've not trained since, to be honest.
Daz Jones, go inside and take your top off. Mate, I'm not taking my top off. I don't want to embarrass all of these professional athletes who are in here. If Sonny had to train one and Charlie train the other, who would he train, you or Coogan?
I would train Rob, and I think I'd do a much better job than Charlie would as well. And
Yeah,
Rob tries being everyone's friend, doesn't ask the penetrative questions.
Who? I don't need any friends.
That's why he's got a job with the WBC. That's the first I've actually heard of that since you were speaking to Dave, by the way.
Yeah, well, you only interact with my stuff on Twitter if it's to do with you.
Well, because your Twitter feed's kind of boring, to be honest.
Oh,
you try to be everyone's friend.
Anybody got any questions in for Sonny? Who got more?
I've got some questions for you, though, Rob.
What's that?
Did any boxers say no when you asked them to go on your live?
No.
Not one?
No.
That's because you asked them all from the same gyms.
Not really. I did. Somebody tweeted me and said, "Oh, it's convenient. All of the people that you get on well with." I was like, "Well, yeah. I'm trying to sort out an Instagram live with like 24 hours notice." Right. So I'm trying to go in the house at the minute. But how well this is going to work, I have no idea. But I tell you what, this might actually be all right. I'm currently in my daughter's bedroom. Sweet. So here we go.
How has fatherhood changed you, Rob?
How has fatherhood changed me? It turned me from unemployed to workaholic, mate. What about you?
Very little change. Just my monthly expenses seem to have gone up drastically.
Huh.
But nah, a lot really. Made me prioritise a lot of things. Less spending money on bottles in nightclubs and Laboutons and more on nappies and baby milk.
Does anybody have any questions? Anyone?
About who shagged Sonny? I do numbers, me. Don't worry about me. Do you think the Tommy fight will happen? They will probably only want to know when I win a world title, which take away the coronavirus break will be sooner rather than later. Yeah, Rob. No, I wasn't. I was supposed to a WBO title, an IBF title, and maybe a WBC title. I was just waiting for my forms to get signed. I was meant to
You
be
said
fighting
to me that you
Mexico.
were going to be, well, you were, yeah.
The connection's got even worse, mate.
I'm trying my best. Alright. So this is why you do things like this. I'm not sure where Shannon is. She's supposed to be on next.
Sonny, do I beat Martinez? Yeah, a week of Sundays I beat him every day.
Oh, for God's sake, man. Connection's awful, Rob. Brilliant. Oh, dear.
It's Tris. Sonny is the social media Sonny. There's glimpses, but there's things that I say just to rile them up, to make my pockets them full.
Shannon's here. Tris Dixon says, Rob, stand on the roof. Tris, if I was in as good a shape as you, mate, I might be able to climb on the roof, but I'm not, so I can't.
Well, you've got no excuse now that they're not drug testing. You better get in right good shape.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Obviously, we heard Dave Coldwell, but...
Exactly the same. I just don't know why they ever announced it. Like, they could easily just do what they've done. They didn't need to announce it.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I mean, I can't see anyone getting up out of bed, travelling however many miles to go drug test someone random and sit with them for like an hour. So, but they could have just not said anything. They didn't really need to announce it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Right, Sonny, we're going to have to pick this up later because we've got Shannon Courtenay waiting. So this is
that's sad. He was boring me anyway.
But we'll do a live on your Instagram later.
All right, then, mate. Well, be lucky. Don't catch coronavirus. I think I've already got it, but I've been coughing and headache and lightheadedness, but we moved. You know what I mean? I've been isolating, so.
Well, I hope you feel good soon, mate.
Yeah, I feel good in myself.
All right, mate. Well, I will catch up with you soon.
All right, then.
Cheers, buddy. Bye-bye. Right. Beg your pardon, guys and girls. Yeah, my connection apparently is rubbish. Waiting for Shannon Courtenay. Hello, Shannon.
Hey.
How you doing?
Bored.
Bored. Sorry, I've kept you waiting as well. I've been telling everybody to... I've sent various reminders to get people on time, and I'm the one who's keeping everyone waiting. So sorry about that, Shannon. How are you?
And you thought I would be late as well, didn't you?
You were in the top 5, yeah.
I was second, according to your little list.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I wanted to put Buatsi then Okolie, but I didn't want it to seem like I had an anti-AJ boxing vibe going on.
Buatsi's definitely one that's going to be last. That'll be late.
Buatsi's always late, man. Great guy,
Everywhere.
but terrible keeping.
How's things?
Yeah, not bad. I am self-isolated at the minute, so sitting
Same.
around. Yeah, not doing an awful lot. Yeah, what about you? How's all of this affected you? That's what I'm keen to know from fighters. How has coronavirus affected you?
Well, obviously, I was meant to be. I had 2 fight dates booked in. I was meant to be fighting on the 24th of April in Doncaster. Then I was going to get announced that I was in a very big show afterwards. Obviously, now both of them won't be going ahead. Well, one of them's probably going ahead, but I won't be on it now because I'm now fighting supposedly in June instead. That's when the Doncaster show has been announced for. So that's obviously I've lost out on like 2 paydays, which is so frustrating. But I'm lucky I've got sponsors that have looked after me. But yeah, it's annoying because you're mid-camp and the nutrition's going well, sparring's going well, and then it's just cut and it's frustrating. But this whole thing is a lot bigger than boxing. It's a lot bigger than any kind of sport. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to kind of count your blessings. I'm glad that all my family and friends are healthy. Mind you, got announced today actually one of my friends is in intensive care with coronavirus.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, but all my family's safe and they're all doing the right thing and not going out and self-isolating, which is the main thing. So hopefully people take note and stop being swats and stop going out.
Yeah, if you can stop going out, anyone can stop going out.
Exactly.
I'm going to try and skate through a few quick questions while I've got you. What's the top 3 fights you would like to see between Eddie's fighters and Frank's fighters?
Anthony or Buatsi.
Yep.
Fury AJ.
Yep.
I can't think who else. Who else has he actually got? Oh, Liam Williams versus someone like Andrade would be quite good.
Yeah, good shout that. Good shout. I like those fights. Shannon, who's the hardest woman you've sparred? And do you think I'll last longer than 30 seconds with her? Not me, Callum Horn.
Who's the hardest one I've sparred? I've never sparred a woman and come out and thought, wow, that was hard. I've sparred men that I've come out and I've thought, oh, Jesus. But I've never sparred a woman I've come out and thought, bloody hell.
What men?
So, probably the one that woke me up the most was Charlie Edwards.
The one who
Because
did what?
It woke me up the most. So I was sparring Charlie Edwards was the hardest because it's my first ever spar when I joined the boxing booth stable. So you're eager to impress. I was like loading up and I couldn't hit him if I threw stones at him. It was horrendous. So I was chasing him around and he was like a whippet. Every time I tried to like plot something, he was behind. Yeah, he's good.
Are there any men who you look forward to sparring because you know you've got the edge on them?
No, sparring. I don't think you should go into any kind of spar thinking you've got an edge on someone, because if you have got the edge, that's the time to try something new and to learn things and to try things that you're working on. You shouldn't go in there trying to batter someone, because that's not what sparring's about. It's about learning and progressing and improving.
Well said. Terry Harper or Natasha Jonas, who wins?
Terry, and I think Terry stops her as well.
Okay. How do you keep yourself mentally and physically prepared in circumstances like this?
I'm still training, so I'm still going running. I actually come around my mum's house today because she's moved recently, so she's got from the old house all my own like weights and stuff. So tomorrow morning I'm gonna get out all the weights, the dumbbells and everything. So I'm gonna go for a long run in the morning, and then tomorrow afternoon I'll be doing weights. Just keep myself mentally and physically in shape so that I can stay ready. And when the phone call comes, I'll be ready.
Laura Winch9 says, who do you think is the world's #1 heavyweight?
Fury.
Okay. How good is Harlem Eubank? Of course, a stablemate of yours.
Harlem, people haven't seen anything yet. He's so talented. He's so improved in the last year and a half. He's a very good, explosive, fast, hard-hitting puncher with a beautiful left hook. And I think you're all going to see in the next, well, however long this virus goes on for, but for the next year and a half, you're going to see a very, very good Harlem Eubank. It's going to surprise a lot of people.
We've spoken in the past, Shannon, in interviews about you potentially doing TV work, punditry work? Obviously, there's no sport on at all at the minute. Is that something that we could expect to see you in this year, maybe?
I don't know. TV work, yes, definitely this year. But I don't think you'll see me doing punditry this year or commentating this year. But there's been a few TV things that have been thrown my way that I'm in talks about. So hopefully, yeah.
If you could fight one man in boxing, who would it be and why?
AJ Money.
Good answer. And the question that everybody wants to know, what are your favourite crisps?
Probably, oh my God, Roysters, T-bone steak Roysters are the pound for pound best. But I do like knickknacks. I don't really eat crisps, to be honest. If I'm going to have anything that's going to be like a cheat, it's going to be chocolate. So I don't really eat crisps, but I do like Doritos.
Okay, and we've got another quick question. Who wins, Taylor or Serrano?
Taylor.
Why?
I think her work rate would be too much for Serrano. I think Serrano could potentially be quite small at the weight compared to Katie. And yeah, I just think her style would be better for Serrano than what Serrano would be for Katie. It'd be an interesting fight because after seeing obviously the way Delphine Pursoon was with her, you kind of think, is that the kind of attempt that Serrano will take? Because she's quite a comfortable work rate, aggressive fighter as well. So it'd be interesting to see. And she's got a great chin as well.
And who wins, Rob or Coogan?
I've seen Coogan shape up again, all that. I'm going to go with you, Rob.
Yes, Shannon. Shannon knows. Okay, Shannon Courtenay, thanks very much for stopping by.
You're welcome.
The live. Really appreciate your time. Go and enjoy Mother's Day with your mum, and I will speak to you soon.
Thank you. And everyone stay safe. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so that was Shannon Courtenay. We are now waiting for our next guest, and he's in here. Just waiting. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, it's the man himself. It's Kalle Sauerland in the house.
How are you, mate? You good?
I'm all right, mate. How are you? Yeah, not bad. I can't see you. Is this Kalle or Nissa? Yeah, I am. Okay, so, there you are. Okay, I can see you now. The connection wasn't great. How are you, Kalle? Nice to see you, mate. I don't know what's going on with the connection. It should be okay. All right, okay. There seems to be a little bit of a lag here.
I'm pretty good with you. I can see your boat.
Okay, I can see yours. All right, Kalle, I tell you what, you've got something to announce, mate. You've just announced that Heavyweight World Boxing Super Series. That looks brilliant, mate. So why don't you talk to me about that while I've got you?
Yeah, look, we know it's troubling times for everyone at the moment. We're just trying to make the most out of trying to keep people entertained with some content. We came up with the idea. We loved it. We said, look, we can't obviously announce any other fights at the moment. So we came up with this idea, the Heavyweight Legends, 8 of the greatest heavyweights. It's based on the old EA Sports Fight Night Champion game. So the choice is, when people come, there's been a lot of banter about who should be in the 8. We're down to also what the game actually played out. So there are a couple of names that people wanted in. They can't be in because they weren't on the game. Larry Holmes, for example, can't be in, wasn't on the game. So the lineup, which I think they just sent out about 5 minutes ago, but you can have it now, is number 1 seed Ali, obviously. Number 2, Mike Tyson. Number 3, Lennox Lewis. Number 4, Big George Foreman. That's on the seeded side of the draw, which will be made at 5 o'clock UK time today by myself, hopefully professionally. And the other side of the draw is Joe Fraser, Evander Holyfield, David Hay, and a very big curveball due to popular demand. Big popular demand. Can you guess it? Big.
Philip Hergovich.
No, big. Big. Think big. But line up, and we'll be doing the draw at 4 o'clock, at 5 o'clock. Yeah, Butterbean, yeah.
That sounds great, mate. That sounds really good.
Well, we know it'll be a short fight.
You've managed to pick Butterbean, who's probably the only heavyweight in worse shape than me.
Yeah, well, you know, we want to make everyone feel good about themselves, so I thought I'd throw him in.
While I've got you, mate, you're the only promoter that I'm going to have on this line.
Oh, is that an exclusivity clause that my guys are
You're the only
putting?
one we're going to have on, Kalle. So tell me how the coronavirus has affected things from a promoter's point of view, and how much of a pain in the arse this whole thing is for you and your business.
Fuck me, we've only got 10 minutes. It's like having a bread shop and suddenly having no flour, right? There's nothing going on. It's dead. There's not even planning, because how are you supposed to plan? You can't plan around something. We could now say, okay, we're going to do, you know, for us, obviously a big part is the season 3, which we were far down the planning, ready for announcements. It's all dead. It's all, you know, I don't want to put a horrible face on it, but at the moment, nothing going on, because everything you do right now is not a waste of time, but it's not taking you anywhere. So right now, we're just going to get through this, watch what the government advice is. Don't be an expert yourself. A lot of these are killing me looking online at some of these idiots who have got nothing to do with being an expert coming out with this expert advice. You know, we shouldn't be doing none of that. We should be sitting back and listening to instructions. You know, I don't like rules, but at the moment we got to follow rules.
If Kalle Sauerland is telling people to follow the rules, that means you absolutely have to follow the rules.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you've been around.
It's a first for me.
You're from a boxing family. Your dad's a Hall of Fame promoter.
Yeah.
He's been around. The Sauerland name has been around in boxing for years and years and years. Have you ever encountered anything remotely like this in all of your family history in the sport?
Listen, you know, I don't think that any people who went through the war maybe had similar experiences, but there was an enemy that was being fought. You know, this has never happened. Forget boxing families, forget any the shit that has hit the fan and is hitting the fan and is gonna hit the fan is you know, it is what it is, and it's just never been seen before, has it? So once again, we just got to go with a ride. You know, it's as horrible as it sounds. You know, the only bit of good news is if you're young and healthy, it doesn't seem to be too bad, but it's terrible for, you know, like vulnerable ones around us. You know, it's about looking after them at the moment. It really is, you know, and it's listening to the advice being given by the people who are the real experts and not the online fucking blogger, whatever experts, you know?
Mm. Getting a few questions coming in here. When does Filip Hrgović fight for a world title? Obviously, appreciate you can't really plan it now, but a rough
well, as soon as this virus is out of the way, we'll be back on track with things. But yeah, I mean, I think the way he was progressing, you would have said probably sometime 2021. Where does this all set us back to? I don't know. What happens to the mandatories? You know, I haven't heard from the federations on the mandatories yet, but they don't even know what's happening either. So don't blame them. But the mandatory situations, do the mandatory periods get extended now? You know, if you just had your mandatory, you know, what happens from then? You know, do you go straight into another mandatory? You know, it's all up in the air. But we don't know whether this is a break. Look, we don't know whether it's a break of a month or two. You know, we've moved the final, the cruiserweight final to May 16, but that's a pretty provisional date. You know, I mean, we were like, okay, the ban ends in Latvia. It's in Riga on April 13 or 14, I think it is. So we said, okay, give us another buffer of a month. But that was 10 days ago. Now it already looks, you know, we don't know. You know, what happens when we hit 30 degrees here and it's a heat wave? Does that kill the virus off? We don't know. We don't know. We're in God's hands, you know.
Before we let you go, Kalle, yeah, we're going to try and crack a couple more questions out. Why aren't the Klitschko's involved in the EWBSS?
Well, they're not involved. They were not on the. They were not on the list that was given to me to pick from our technical department. Bearing in mind, the technical department and me are two very different entities. It took me about 10 minutes to work out how to get on this live discussion with you. But I'm very proud of myself. In isolation, without the help of anyone, I made it on here. So you asked the technical people, but it was we got we were limited to about, I think, 12, 13 names, and Klitschko wasn't on there. But yeah, could have been Larry Holmes. I see someone just popping up there with Larry Holmes. Again, Larry Holmes was not on the list. Larry Holmes would have made my top 4.
And just before I let you go, mate, I haven't actually spoken to you since Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Talk to me about the fight. I know you're a Fury fan. What did you make of his win over Deontay Wilder?
It was sensational for Tyson and for myself as well, because I picked it. I picked the round. I picked the win. I picked the knockout. So I was very happy with myself on that as well. But no, joking aside, amazing for the sport. He's become a real ambassador. I think everyone is dying now to see the big one, of course. You know, even without all the virus thing going on, that's still a while away, in my opinion. They've both got fights they need to get through, tough fights they need to get through, interesting fights they need to get to. And due to the virus, so all these things all up in the air, you know, Rob?
Well, we wait with bated breath, and hopefully we're not going to be on lockdown for too much longer. But do appreciate you stopping by, Kalle. Thanks very much, mate. Look forward to the EWBSS. Big fan of the Fight Night games, as I'm sure a lot of people are in this chat.
Rob, well, let's all get into it. I hope it makes up for a little bit for everyone not being able to watch boxing at the moment, and help with those withdrawal symptoms. Everyone stay safe. Peace out.
Cheers, Kalle. Thanks, mate. Okay, so that was Kalle Sauerland there, obviously Chief Officer of the World Boxing Super Series, currently waiting for Ben Davison, who just says, let's go. So I assume he's in here. Ben Davison. Trying to get rid of this. Ben, if you're in here, can you just put a comment, please? Hopefully, from next week, I won't have to do this in the garden. Hello, Ben. There he is. Sorry, just waiting for me to be able to remove and add Ben. See, this is what happens when you have Kalle on here. He infects the live stream because he's such a rebel. Oh, God. Struggling here at the minute. Unpin that comment. Yes, mate. There you go. Oh, Ben. I can't seem to get Kalle off the live. I keep clicking remove and it's not happening. It was going so well. I know. Jordan Pollock, Rob. Hello, Jordan. Restart. I might have to restart. So at the minute, Kalle has done me in a little bit. Right, if it doesn't work this time, I'm just going to quickly restart. Okay, Sauerland Bros has left. Ben should be available now, should he? Go live with Ben Davison. Waiting for Ben Davison. Running.
And we're in. Camera's a bit fucked on the phone.
What is going on with that camera, mate?
I think it's the screen cover.
How are you, mate?
Good, you?
Yeah, not bad. I'm going to try and get through this quickly because you've actually got a fair few things that you've been affected by with this coronavirus stuff. Billy Joe Canelo. Seems to me like the universe doesn't want Billy Joe to get that fight.
What can you do? Listen, hopefully, God willing, it doesn't pass him by. But I'm sure it's a fight that the boxing fans want to see. A great clash of styles, and yeah. What can we do, you know? What can we do?
There's been a lot of talk since, well, really in the last week about Canelo Triple G3 for September. Where does that leave Billy Joe if that does happen?
Well, from what I heard, that was planned for next May, but that's only what I've heard. So, you know, I don't know if that's the case then. But again, we just don't know how long all this sort of thing can last for. So, you know, maybe they'll do September, December. God knows. God knows.
If
boxing gets going again before that, maybe they'll do something before and after September, and they might put September aside to get two in this year for missing out in May. We just don't know, do we?
How's Billy Joe's moves? Because obviously he's been waiting for a big fight for a long time. He finally gets it, and then something like this happens.
Yeah, he's okay, to be honest with you. You know, obviously he invested plenty in himself to get the training camp underway, and he's been preparing as though he's been fighting Canelo since January. So, you know, he's forked out money and all the rest of it. But to be honest, the biggest and most important thing on his mind is that his family and his kids are safe. So, you know, that's what's been on his mind, to be honest.
What do you think self-isolation is going to be like for Billy Joe Saunders? He can't sit still.
God knows. God knows. We'll probably be heading to a private gym and just doing a bit once a day or something, ticking over. So at least he's doing something.
Okay, gonna ask this question. Can we hear the plane story from your point of view?
Right. So I've got to change a couple of things so that no one gets in trouble. But basically, so when all this come about, Billy Joe flew back straight away. Got the first flight he could, and we was like, "Look, don't panic. We'll all get back." Like, so me, Josh, and Tom was all still there. Then we got to the airport, and there was a change of flights, so we had to wait in the airport for like 10 hours or something, like 7 hours or something. Literally, just as we was about to board the plane, where's Tom? And so I messaged Tom, where are you? He said, oh, I'm in trouble, mate. So he didn't text back, so I went round the airport looking for him. So he'd been detained with a mask over him and everything. So I went over and asked, like, what's going on? Somebody's phoned up and said that Tom's got coronavirus. And apparently Tom had mentioned that he may have had some symptoms. So Billy Joe was just looking out for him and for everybody else aboard the plane. But obviously I bursted out laughing. They didn't find it too funny. Sent me and Josh off to get on the plane, but me and Josh just kept bursting out laughing. So they come back in. I was like, right, that's it, get stuff off the plane, throw us off the plane.
Never a dull moment with Billy Joe, mate.
No, he's a character, but we're getting back. Don't worry about that. We're getting back.
You're speaking of Josh. Josh is actually going to be on here next, so let's talk about him briefly before we get him on. How are things? Obviously, they were due to box on the same day. They're now not doing that. I'm assuming that's a positive for you as a trainer.
Yeah, of course it is. You know, and look, when you got someone like Josh that's got so much momentum and has achieved so much in the short space of time in his career. Obviously, there's still so many areas just due to he's had 16 fights. Through experience, there's so much that he'll still be able to improve. I spoke about it before, but I don't see his ceiling so far. You know, there's so much that can add to his game without taking anything away. So, you know, I think it's exciting times for Josh, and it's been a long time out since his last fight. I think that the date being pushed for Josh, for one, me being able to be there, for two, the amount of time that we get to spend together before that fight, and three, just because of the amount of layoff that he's had. It's probably worked out as a benefit for Josh. And for myself to be able to be there on the night, of course.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question.
But obviously not for too long of a layoff.
Yeah, no, of course. I asked you a question that I asked you in the interview that we didn't get to release. For those people who are wondering what that is, me and Ben did an interview announcing the Canelo fight, and obviously it never went out. But one of the questions I was asking was about Josh Taylor. Obviously, the fact that he's a lot of times with trainers and fighters splitting, it's often because there's been a loss or something like that. Josh has come to you as unbeaten, unified champion, Ring Magazine champion. How does that affect or change the dynamic between a new trainer and new coach inheriting such an elite level fighter?
Yeah, I've had it before. Obviously, Tyson wasn't in any great position at the time of taking him on, but he was an unbeaten fighter that had unified the heavyweight division in his previous fight. So, you know, it's something that I'm familiar with. It's not about taking anything away from that fighter. It's about adding to it. With Josh as well, like I said, he's only had 16 fights, so there's still plenty there to be added to Josh. Plenty of experience for him to gain. Plenty of things for him to learn. And talking to someone, actually, I was talking to someone while we was away, and he put it in, I really like the quote. He said, there's good, then there's better. And what Josh has done is obviously phenomenal, but I still believe there's more to come from Josh.
Okay, all right, mate. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. Speaking of the man, I'm gonna get him on now, and we're gonna talk about you. So, thanks very much, Ben. As always, real pleasure, and I will speak to you soon, mate.
See you later, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Right, Ben Davison is gone. I think he borrowed Coogan's camera for that. Josh Taylor. Guys, I know we're getting some requests from the people in the live, which we will we'll have some fan interaction soon. Josh Taylor, anybody? Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor. He's literally just WhatsApped me and said he's ready. But yeah. Josh? On now. Get Andy on. Andy will be on soon. I'll probably get Andy on towards the end once we've done with the fighters. Everyone's on a pretty strict schedule at the minute, and I'm amazed that everybody's turned up, to be honest. Scotsmen are always late. I'm not going to say anything to Josh because he'll beat me up, because he's a very, very hard man. Andy, Boxing Social, Andy versus Umar, IFL Umar. Andy would completely wash Umar. No IFL TV man born from his mother could beat a Boxing Social man, let me tell you that. JT. Josh. How do I join? Here we go. Right, Josh, you got to accept the request I've just sent you, mate. Josh, you should have a request now, mate. Is this Insta Live show a weekly thing now? Yeah, it probably will be. This is obviously it's got a bit of teething issues at the minute, but hopefully next week it'll be a little bit better, and probably I'll have less people as we go on because it is a bit of a nightmare getting everybody organised. We're about halfway through now. Okay, Taylor, you're supposed to accept it, dude. Okay, I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to send them another one. Josh, I've sent you a request just now, mate. It's not came up, mate.
I'm there all of a sudden.
How you doing, mate? You okay?
How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. You made it off the plane then?
I'm there. Where have you been? Where have you been?
No, you made it off the plane. Hello.
Oh yeah. Eventually, I did. We made it home eventually in the end, but it was a long trip, that's for sure.
Yeah. So how was it out there, mate? Obviously, you ended up having to come home soon, but how was it out in America?
Yeah, it was good. It was going well. Training was going well. We were just sort of getting into the swing of things, and then obviously it went into lockdown, so everywhere was shut. So it wasn't too great. And then we had to just come home obviously yesterday. So it's not been great preparation. So we just need to go with it. Just need to go with the flow and just do what we can. It's not ideal, but just everybody's in the same boat, so we've got to get on with it.
I just had Ben on, and Ben said to me that it might not be the worst thing in the world, because obviously new trainer-fighter combination, you want to try and get that relationship solidified as best as you can. Is that kind of how you're looking at things now?
Yeah, well, we kind of said that to him when we were out there as well. I said it's maybe happened for a reason. I believe in everything happens for a reason. So I said it's maybe happened for the best. So it gives us more time to, like you said, gel and get going and get a relationship a bit stronger and get to know each other a bit better.
How have you been set? Obviously, people know that me and you have known each other for a while, and obviously I've been around you when you were part of McGuigan's gym. How was it different, and how are you enjoying things with Billy Joe? Obviously, he's a bit of a wire in the last couple of days. How are you settling the camp?
Yeah, really good. All the boys are sound. Made me feel really well. So we're getting a good laugh together. We're like, as you see, we're winding each other up, playing pranks with each other and things like that. So it's been good, and I'm enjoying it. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy.
Do we have any fan questions for Mr. Taylor, the unified champion of the world? We've got him for 5 more minutes. Five more minutes. When's Easter Road happening, Josh?
Any questions?
Josh, when's Easter Road happening?
When's Easter Road happening? Do you know what? I'd love that fight to happen. I need to obviously get a big fight, and hopefully it needs to be weather like this in the middle of the summer in Scotland. So, that if I can get that to happen, hopefully next year. I was planning on happening this year with Ramirez and whatever, but obviously that's not going to happen now. So, if I can get it next year now, that would be brilliant.
Got a question here from Hayder18. Who would you rather fight, Errol Spence or Terence Crawford?
Oh, that's a good fight. Two of them are good fighters. Do you know what? I believe that Crawford's the best at the minute, so obviously I would want to fight him because I want to challenge myself against the best fighters on the planet. So I'd say Crawford. There.
When do you think you'll move up?
Achieved all my goals. Once I've achieved all my goals at 140, then I'll move up. But I'm making the weight pretty comfortable, so I'm not in any rush to move up or jump up. So I want to achieve what I want to achieve in this division, and then move up and get the big fights up there. So hopefully, next couple of years, I'm not in a rush.
What would mean more to you, Josh? Be undisputed at 140 or a two-weight world champion?
I'd say undisputed for me. Undisputed because it's been a long-term sort of goal and something I've wanted to set out and achieve. So I'm in touch and distance now doing it. So being undisputed champion would be better for me. Like.
We've obviously had Ben Davison's account, but I'm going to ask you for your version of events on the plane with Billy Joe Saunders. Talk to us and tell us what happened, Josh.
Obviously, didn't really want to talk about it. It was a long bloody journey. That's all I'll say. It was a long journey on the way back home. So we just got to get on with it. It was a long journey, but I'm home now. the sun's beautiful here in Scotland. So, just chill out for a couple of days, or tomorrow get back on the road and once I'm over the jet lag and get stuck into training. But although I'll do what I can do, all the gyms are shut and everything here, so I'll do what I can do, get on the road and do a bit of groundwork and a bit of strength and stuff.
Nicely handled, Josh. Eamon asks, who do you rate as the best Scottish talent apart from yourself?
The best Scottish talent? I'm saying that there's a few coming through. Obviously, my good pal Lee McGregor's a really good fighter. I believe he'll go far in the game and division. I believe he'll move up in weight pretty soon as well, because he's mastered for bantamweight. And I believe he'll do well at the higher weights as well. He'll carry his strength and his power. He's only a young lad, so if he's got a lot, he's filling out his man strength to come yet. So I think he'll do well. Obviously, there's the other one, Cash Farouk, as well. He's a great fighter as well. There's a lot of fighters in Scotland, so boxing in Scotland here at the minute in a real healthy place at the minute. You've got Willie Hutchison as well. You've got loads of fighters, so you've got a lot of fighters coming through. So Scottish boxing's in a healthy place at the minute.
Before I let you go, Josh, Yusuf99 asks, Josh, how much better do you think you can get, as in percentage-wise?
Oh, there's always room for improvement. You know, I don't believe you're ever the finished article as a fighter. There's always things you can work on and things you can improve on. So I believe that there's another 10%, 20% to come with me. I believe you've not seen the best of me yet. I believe I can still get better and better and still go up in the levels. You know, I believe the better the opposition is, the better I'll get. You know, so I just believe it. I can rise to any occasion, and obviously there's things I can work on in the gym. So I'll be working on them to make sure I'm getting better all the time.
And final question before I let you go, mate. Who's the fighter of all?
Sorry, what was that? You broke up there.
Your favourite fighter of all time, Josh?
Favourite fighter of all time? I don't know. I like Sugar Ray Leonard. I really like Sugar Ray Leonard. You know, just because he was fast and he was vicious and combination puncher. He was brilliant. He had all the feet work, everything. I thought he was great. Growing up, I used to watch Edmund Valero quite as well, and I think he was good because he was southpaw as well, and that lay-back left-hand right hook was brilliant. So these two guys were great, and obviously I loved Ricky Hatton and I loved Manny Pacquiao, obviously, you know. So and Kawasaki. So these guys were the guys that I watched when I was growing up. These guys are all awesome fighters.
And for anybody who doesn't know, Josh Taylor's dog is called Manny after Manny Pacquiao. So that's a good bit of information for you there. Josh, thanks very much for stopping by, mate.
Before you go, I used to slag you about your beard all the time. I've got one like you now. I'm getting nice and thick, ain't I?
You're getting there, mate. You're getting there. You're not as handsome.
Not as handsome as you yet, no.
All right, Josh. Cheers, mate. I'll catch up with you soon.
No worries, mate. No worries.
Cheers, Josh. Bye.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Cheers.
Okay. Right, so it's doing the same things it did with Kalle Sauerland, where Josh is still on the screen. We kind of guessed. You run a good boxing page, mate. Thank you very much, mate. Boxing Social got good live here, mate. Yeah, the quality of the connection is not fantastic, but we live and learn. Get Lee McGregor on. I will get Lee on, yeah, for sure. Lee's a friend of mine. I know Lee well. We'll definitely have him on at some point. The Sunday Social. Yeah, that's not bad, Jordan. Not a bad idea, that. Yeah, I might have to wear a mask next time, though. Josh Buatsi is ready, he said. Josh, I'm waiting for my screen to update. Get rid of Josh Taylor, and then you're ready. Okay, he's gone. Josh, I'm sending you an invite now, mate. Big Buatsi in the house. Here he is. Yusuf99. Sorry, mate. I'm trying my best. Hello, Josh.
Yes, Rob. What's good?
How are you, mate? You okay?
Yeah, not bad, man. You alright?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Just trying to get by in this crazy old time.
Trust me, man. We're all trying to live and maintain. But what's good, man? What's happening?
I am currently self-isolating, mate. So I'm at home with my missus. My missus hasn't been particularly well, but she's thankfully better now. So yeah, we're housebound, mate. I'm climbing the walls. I can't leave the house. Yeah, it's no good. What about?
I'm not bad, man. I'm isolating myself, to be fair with you, but right now I'm just going to my mate's house. I'm not a guy to kind of stay indoors for however long we're meant to stay indoors. If today wasn't a day to be resting and recovering, I'd be training, but today's a day of rest, so I'm just chilling out, man.
How are you finding this whole situation? Because I mean, what does it mean for you? Because obviously you sometimes train up in Sheffield, obviously other times train in Croydon. How's this affected your day to day as a fighter?
It has, just for the mere fact that you can't go to like a normal gym to train. Like, you know, a boxing gym, there's a lot of people training together and you're mingling and everything. So that's the only thing that's kind of messed up at the moment. But I think it just means that you can do a lot more running outside, do more things outside, to be fair with you. And obviously this thing is probably more serious than we think or thought that it was. So I'm being as careful as I can be, man. But, you know, I'm still trying to keep fit because you just got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, and also no idea when it's going to end. It could end in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. Nobody knows. Is it frustrating for you, Josh? Because we spoke at the start of the year. You had a little bit of a layoff. Obviously, you had to pull out of the Caparello fight back end of last year. Your longest spell out of the ring as a pro, and now you've got this. So
yeah, like and you know, being inactive as a fighter, they say is the worst killer. Do you know what I mean? But I've been doing things, man. Camp's been going well. Like, I've worked hard. I had a few gym bouts in camp as well, Rob. So it kind of felt, not that it felt like I was in a fight, but there was a referee there as well. So I kind of simulated a fight as much as I could. But obviously there's nothing like fighting. There's nothing like being in them small gloves, walking out in front of people and having a real fight. But listen, man, when it's time to be in that ring and to fight and to win, I'll show up. So you can't overthink it, to be fair with you. It is what it is. It's a situation that it's not a person's fault. It's like a world thing that's happening. So I can't pinpoint and say, it's that guy's fault, or it's my fault, or it's the promoter's fault. It's something that happened that's out of my control. So you just got to roll with it, man.
Josh, what's the situation in Ghana?
For me, I personally don't think there's any in Ghana yet. But I spoke to my mum today, and she said everyone's just taking precautions. Like, they've done their shopping. Even today, I was like, "Did you go to church?" And she was like, "No, there's no church." Everyone's been careful. In this country, people are being careful, but I don't think there's that much cases in Ghana. But yeah, man, I think people are being careful, and they should be, man. If there's no cases, or if there's not as much cases, it could be the fact that people haven't been tested, or the cases haven't come up front. Do you know what I mean? So I think she's just like, listen, everyone's being careful, and I'm like, you have to be careful, man.
Josh, would you be willing to fight behind closed doors if you had an opportunity?
That was a possible option, Rob, and I was down for it because I was like, I haven't boxed for about 6 to 7 months. So as long as I can get out there and box someone that I don't know, they don't know me, we don't know each other, small gloves, and you just go through that whole experience, I was willing to do it, man. And Matchroom were doing the best to make that happen, but obviously when the government called a shot and they said, look, none of that's going to happen, then we just had to accept it for what it was. But at a point, Matchroom were looking to do that, and I was like, yeah, I want to do it.
Question from Kieran Brown. Josh, would you rather go 12 rounds or knock someone out in 3 rounds?
Hey, listen, man, Kieran, if you could get it done in 3, you do it in 3, bro. Trust me. 12 rounds is good, but if you could get it done in 3, you'd get it done, and by the 12th round, you'd be, man.
Don't get paid for overtime. Fraser Clark's just joined the group chat, the live chat. Obviously, we've seen the Olympic qualifiers suspended, which is a huge shame for amateur boxing and Olympic boxing, Josh.
It is, man. The thing is, I was in camp with the boys preparing for that. a few of them qualified because their fights was just before they called off the whole show. But
Yeah.
I saw them train, man, and I was upset for them. I was like, you lot done all that training for it to be cancelled. And I'm thinking of other countries that even came from Europe. They travelled, they did their camp in their countries. They came all the way to London to be here for a few days to hear that the whole event has been cancelled. I feel for them, man. I honestly feel for them. But you know, they said we're being safe, and the safest thing, like they said, was to cancel the whole tournament. So we have to go with that, man. But no, I feel for them. I feel for them.
Grab your opinion on a fight in your division between two guys, well, certainly one that you know well and one that you're always linked with, Anthony Yarde versus Lyndon Arthur. Talk to me about that fight, Josh. That's an interesting one. Got a lot of people talking.
Good fight. It's a good fight, man. Yarde, I've never been in the ring with him, so I don't know. Lyndon, I've been in the ring with, I sparred Lyndon loads of rounds when we were both on the GB team. Good fighter, man, but it's a very, very interesting fight, if you ask me. I'm so interested in it. Yeah, man, I'll be tuning in. But it's a very, very good fight, and credit to both of them for taking the fight and for stepping up, man. I respect that, but it'll be a good fight. I think the fans and the public are in for a good fight.
Okay, Josh. Well, before I let you go, mate, I do appreciate your time. What message have you got for people who are self-isolating like we are, or just people who are worried about the coronavirus pandemic?
Just stay safe, man. Stay safe, and stay sane. You know, be around people that are gonna make you happy. Be around your family. Use this time wisely, man. Just spend time talking to people. But yeah, we've got to stay safe in everything that we do, man. And like I said, exercise is important, man. Go out for a run, go out for a walk, go out for a jog, whatever it is, man. Just make sure you exercise, keep the heart rate up, and enjoy the time, man.
Are you going to be growing your beard until your next fight? I want to see a 6-month Buatsi beard.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna grow it. I had it trimmed the other day, to be fair with you, but I'll grow it to the next fight. I don't know when the next fight is gonna be, Rob. That's the issue. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it like this, man. Whether I'm gonna fight with it or not is a different question. But for now, I'll be growing it out.
Your mum will not have that, mate. She will not let that happen.
Say that again?
Your mum will not let you grow your beard out like mine, mate, for 6 months.
She wouldn't, but yeah, yours is looking good, Rob. So I rate you for that still. Nah, see, it's looking good. I'm sure your missus is all right with it.
She's all right, yeah. She doesn't mind. She doesn't
There
mind.
we go.
Chris Lloyd just WhatsApped me saying that he's just woken up.
That's what time is it? It's 2:30. What is he playing at?
Oh, he's just said he's got symptoms. That's not great. I feel bad for laughing now. Give Chris a call, Josh, and cheer him up.
He's got what?
They said he's got symptoms,
What
so
did he
give him
say?
a call and cheer him up.
Wait, what did he say?
He said he's got symptoms.
Rob, it's cutting out. Say it again, please.
He said that he's got symptoms. I'm assuming coronavirus symptoms.
No, you're lying. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him.
Give him a call. All right, Josh, I'm going to let you go, mate. Thanks very much for
No, it's
stopping
all
by.
right. Top
I'll
man.
speak to you soon.
Respect.
Thanks,
Thank
Josh.
you. Yeah.
Be safe, man.
Big up. Thank you.
Cheers. That was Joshua Buatsi. Okay, we are waiting for one more. Go live with. Here he is. Uncle T Boxing. We'll get Uncle T on at the end, but we've got Luke Campbell, who's managed to safely negotiate his way onto the live stream, I think. Here he is.
Here I am.
The technological wizard.
How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. I'm good. Just don't talk about beards because it's not happening.
Do you know what? Do you know how once my boss said to me, you know, we need to get like these early 20s fighters. We need to get them on the channel more. So people like Luke Campbell. I was like, hang on, Luke Campbell's not early 20s.
I'm 24.
You could definitely pass as it, mate. No one would ever believe that you're older than me. It's mental.
No, definitely not.
So how are you, mate?
I'm
Last
older
time
than
I saw
you.
Go on.
I'm older than you.
Yes, mate.
Nah.
I'm 29.
No, you're not. I'm only kidding.
Right, mate. Last time I saw you was at the gym, and you were getting ready to announce a world title fight. That's now obviously not happening. Talk to me about that.
I don't really know a lot about it, to be honest. Obviously, with everything what's going on, it's you know, I'm just in the same boat as everyone else, just waiting for news. But you know, training's been going great, and I am really excited now just to get back in there and get that world title.
Is it frustrating for you? Something like this happens. You were literally like 5 weeks out from a world title fight. You know, with all due respect to Javier Fortuna, a winnable world title fight. Is it frustrating?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was flying in camp, and camp was going great. But listen, once everybody recovers from what's going on and things go back to normal, then brilliant. We'll just take off where we left.
Few things I want to grab your opinion on before we let you go, mate. I saw Devin Haney in Vegas, and he was not happy with you. I don't know why that was. What have you done to upset Devin Haney?
I don't know, mate. I have no idea. But listen, I don't take any.
Campbell, get back. Oh, no foul. Hello, Lee Eaton. I'm sorry if I upset you with my joke. I love you and MTK.
I'm back.
You're back. See, as soon as you get you on, mate, it clonks out. It's mad.
It's mad. You just kicked me out. I was right in the middle of my sentence.
I would never have done it. Anyway, yeah, go on. Devin Haney. Why have you upset Devin Haney?
I have no idea. I don't know what I've done. But he seems upset. Listen, if he wants to get in touch with me and can have a cuddle, have a catch up, have a cup of tea, sort it out, then I'm more than up for that. But listen, I don't take anything to heart. It's part of the game. There's a massive fight potentially between the both of us, and you know, it's there to be bigged up.
Question coming in: if Haney is healed by the time the coronavirus shutdown is over, will he fight Fortuna?
I should hope not. You know, because the fight's sort of been made between me and Fortuna. So I personally don't think that would happen, and I certainly hope it wouldn't happen, because the fight's already been made. We're just waiting for the date now and everything else to get back to normal.
Got a question here. We need an opinion about Florian Marku, Luke.
Who?
Florian Marku. So, Albanian prospect, or well, I don't know how old he is. Luke, who's your favourite? Who's your favourite Australian boxer, Luke?
I would probably say Luke Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen him around the circuit when I was fighting around the world, and he was a real nice guy.
Okay, we've got a couple more minutes before I get your stablemate Chris Billam-Smith on. Obviously, we've had a few comments in here about the Lomachenko fight. Now you've had a little bit of time to digest it, Luke. I spoke to you straight after the fight. You were gutted, even though you were getting a lot of praise. Has that changed at all in the months that have followed the fight?
No, not at all. For me, obviously, a win's a win, and you know, I'm gutted that I didn't get that night. The better man did win, but watching back on that, I look at it and think, wow, there is so much more I can improve on, and I can be so much better than that. So that in itself, you know, gives me great confidence to go back to the gym, drawing board, make a few adjustments and tweaks, and come back better than ever. And I believe that's what we're doing right now.
Thoughts on Jorge Linares, obviously somebody that you've boxed, versus Ryan Garcia? That's a fight that's been talked about for the future.
Jorge Linares is a warrior. You know, he's a dangerous fighter still. But he's a warrior. He's very talented. He's got speed, power, and he's dangerous. You know, he's there. I think it's a dangerous fight for Garcia, and I don't believe Garcia will take the fight.
Another fight that I'd like to ask your opinion on. Obviously, you've boxed Lomachenko. You've done numerous sparring sessions with Teofimo Lopez. They're due to meet for, well, undisputed title fight, whatever the situation is with the WBC. How do you see that fight going? Obviously, you've shared the ring with both guys.
Yeah. I have shared the ring with both guys, and obviously I'm going to say that Lomachenko is the best fighter I've ever been in the ring with.
Is that amateur and pro, Luke?
Yeah, without a doubt. But this is the professional game. You never know what can happen. Like I say, a lucky punch can end the fight, so you never know. But to land a lucky punch on Lomachenko is a very slim chance of doing it. But Lopez is a fantastic fighter, got a lot of skill, speed and power, so you never know. You never know.
Okay, mate, before I let you go, how are you going to be spending your self-isolating or your time at home? Is Lindsay going to let you play FIFA and put your feet up?
These two boys keep me very busy. And they're already at me now to go on the computer and stuff like that. Look, that doesn't mean you can start talking. I'm doing something, yeah. Lincoln. Yeah, so these keep me busy. You know, there'll be a bit of homeschooling going on. And I'll just be training from home until we get the green light that we can go back to the gym.
Okay, mate. Well, hopefully sooner rather than later, and I hope that you and your lovely family stay safe during this time. All right, Luke, thanks very much for working out how to use Instagram Live and coming on today. You're a seasoned pro now, so we can get you on more regularly.
I am. I'll be going live all the time now.
All right, Luke. Cheers, mate.
All right, cheers. Boys says bye.
Bye-bye, boys.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, Luke.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting through now. Uncle T, I see your request. I'll get you on just after the guys who have arranged. CBS in the house next. Chris Billam-Smith we're waiting for. Chris Billam-Smith. Where is Chris Billam-Smith? Let's go. I'm amazed that everybody has come on and everybody's been here. Yes, Rob, this going well. It's been all right, apart from a little bit of connection issues at times, but you live and learn. It's the first time we've done it. CBS don't take no shit. CBS has been on here for ages. Oh, there he is. Oh, CBS, I didn't see you there, CBS, because you're not verified. I automatically think all fighters are verified, you see. Good from you, that, mate.
All right, lad. That's what I feel like doing, mate. No, jokes aside, how are you?
Were you looking forward to going to Wales that much?
Mate, I want to fight. I was looking forward to fighting. It's been, obviously, I was meant to box last weekend, originally at home. So, yeah, I was just looking forward to fighting, to be honest, mate.
How far into camp were you, mate? Like, how much work had you done? How much had sort of gone to waste, if for lack of a better term?
I went into camp on 6th of January after Christmas officially. So, yeah, that was... And then, obviously, we knew the March show wasn't happening. So then we just went to... had a couple of weeks, lighter weeks, basically. And then been back into camp for the last few weeks.
Question from Luke Campbell. Who cuts your hair, mate?
Ask Campbell why he asked for a picture of my haircut, because he wanted to go to his barber and say, I want to look as handsome as this.
Right, while I've got you, obviously World Boxing Super Series has been postponed, but you were out in Latvia doing a bit of sparring with Myra Spradis, as well as a bit of supervising of Josh Pritchard. How were both experiences for you, mate?
Yeah, the sparring was decent. It was obviously, he's the world number one. It was good stuff and learnt a lot out there. Yeah, so it was just about making sure that I was, ready for every spar and learning and from every spar and improving. And I think I've done that. And I'm really, really pleased with how the whole trip went. And secondly, looking after Josh Pritchard, slightly harder than the sparring. There's a lot of admin involved.
We just had something that come up here. Well, what was it? Yeah, Josh Pritchard says you really need a shave, mate.
Yeah, I think I was going for a Tebbutt. You know what I mean?
You've got a long way to go to get this, mate.
You reckon?
A little bit, yeah.
It's not great, is it?
My father, facial hair I've seen you with, were they panic buying razor blades at Tesco's?
Dear me. I need a shave, but Mia wants me to have a shave, but quite like it. I might go, like, just shave this and just go for the musketeer look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. By the time the boxing starts up again, you might be able to join it up.
Doubt it.
How far away do you think you are from obviously going and sparring world level guys, #1 in the division in Bradis? How far away do you feel that you are from those guys, and how beneficial is it at that point of your career to do something like that?
Yeah, hugely beneficial, obviously. I think it was literally the perfect time for it to happen. But yeah, oh, sorry. Happy Mother's Day, mums. My mum's on here. She started watching. I haven't actually seen her because we're all like self-isolating and she wants to stay indoors, but I dropped a card round.
See, that's
so
good. That's responsible.
Say Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, so it was really good experience for me. It was good timing. And I'd say, you know, next year, probably 2021, I've got a lot of things to do domestically first, and you know, Commonwealth champion, yes, but there's plenty of good domestic fights, and the British title and other titles I've got to look at. But obviously, first, providing if it gets arranged or it happens on May the 9th, then, you know, Nathan Thorley is my #1 focus at the moment.
What's your kind of day-to-day at the minute? Obviously, Shane sent people home, hasn't he?
Yeah, so we're obviously all been sent home. I'm getting up most mornings doing a run, and then doing shadow boxing and stuff like that, and home workouts. And I've got keys to a gym which is closed, but I might be able to you know, go in there and do strength work and some bag work and stuff. So yeah, I'm still training, to be honest. Like, I'm fighting May the 9th because although it looks like it'll get cancelled, yeah, I've got to stay professional and keep training.
What do you think should happen with the Premier League, Chris? Not boxing related at all, but you're a big Bournemouth fan. What do you think should happen with the Prem?
Truthfully, they should probably maybe get obviously delayed and just see if they can play them. Maybe end of May time, then go through the summer and just delay the start of next season a bit, and maybe take out the League Cup or something along those lines. But yeah, we'll see. If they void it and Bournemouth stay up, I'll be a happy man. So, but yeah, that as long as Bournemouth stay up, I don't really care what happens, to be honest, mate. But yeah, it's a hard one. I know Fowler's on here, and I reckon they should just void it and just not give Liverpool the league, because they, you know,
it'll be elite levels trolling for something like that. It would be amazing.
Oh, it'd be unbelievable.
What's it been like having Fowler in the gym? Obviously, he's a new addition to McGuigan. Very, very close knit in the stable. What's it been like having him as a new member of the gang?
Yeah, it's been great, mate. He's a great lad. He's funny. He's always telling stories and stuff like that. So, and he's a real positive person to have around. So he's yeah, it's been good having him in the gym, and especially with things that have gone on and stuff like that. It's good to have a breath of fresh air, and yeah, and it's been great to have him in the gym.
How much are you looking forward to Fowler versus Tete 2?
Oh, I think we've all chipped in a tenner to get Tete some new boots. So yeah, so no, that poor lad. Like, actually, genuinely, I said this to Fowler on the night. I said I think it helped him because he was slipping away from the shots. So if he'd been planted, the shots would have hurt him a lot more, and you don't want to be standing there taking full-blown shots off Fowler. So it probably actually lasted longer, believe it or not, because he had ice skates on.
What does this mean? What does the whole coronavirus lockdown mean for your wedding, mate? Not that I've been invited, but I was just going to ask anyway.
Yeah, you're coming for the interviews, mate. You're going to interview everyone.
Interview people as they turn up.
At this rate, mate, you'll be getting invited because there is no wedding. No,
weren't you going to get married in Italy as well?
Yeah, we're getting married in Italy in August. So at the moment, it's a bit all up in the air. We don't know what's going on. It's just a bit of a waiting process for us. Obviously, our wedding planner is sorting out weddings over there now, which are getting cancelled and stuff. But that's what I've been told by the boss anyway. She's obviously dealing with it all, and me is dealing with it all. So yeah, it's worrying times with regards to that side of things as well, and then especially with the not fighting and not getting paid, etc. So yeah, it's a bit of a big hit all round.
Well, I'm pleased to inform you that the facial hair has just elevated to a new level because Jack Hillier has joined the live.
Oh wow, the wolf!
The wolf is in the building.
Can't way off the wolf. I am.
He really is. Anthony Fowler, he'd be dangerous in a new pair of Hyper KO Nike boots. Dangerous, not dangerous to who, right? All right then, mate. Well, I'm going to let you go because we're going to get Fowler on here now. Not sure if Instagram Live has subtitles, but we'll try and roll with it anyway. Thanks very much, Chris. I do hope things sort themselves out for you and every fighter, and you can get some money in your pocket and some fights under your belt. But thanks very much for stopping by, mate, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Nice one, mate. Take care. Look after yourself. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Last one coming up. It's Anthony Fowler. Go live with A. Fowler.
Hello, fella.
Hello, Fowler. You all right, mate?
I'm all good, thanks, mate. You?
I'm not bad. Where are you currently? Because last I heard you were stuck in Spain.
Oh, no, mate. I had a nightmare, mate. Stuck in a hotel 4 days. They went on lockdown the country, so we wasn't allowed to leave. We still did, like, but not everywhere was shut.
So what happened? Like, what series of events led you to being isolated in Spain? What happened?
Literally, I'm not messing with you. I was literally in a bar, quite half pissed, with my mates singing songs, and then police was coming at like 11:30 at night and said, "You gotta go home. These are all everywhere's getting closed down, like literally." And then the next day in the hotel, the pool was shut. They were like saying no groups of like more than 10 in the restaurants. It was heavy, mate.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. It must have been scary being away from home while something like that happens as well.
I wasn't scared, but I was just more boring than anything. You know what I mean? So I was hoping that my flight didn't get cancelled because some flights were getting cancelled and that. I thought, if I get stuck here, mate, I'm going to swim home. It's a long way.
Yeah. Now, we've just spoken about the brewing super fight rematch between you and Tete. Spoke to Shane when I come down the gym the other day. How frustrating was it for you? Because obviously you've worked with Shane, you want to show off all of the things that you've been learning under your new coach, and then you end up fighting somebody who looks like they're boxing on roller skates.
Yeah, no, I wasn't that bothered. You know, it was quite funny to be honest. Like, in the ring, when I was hitting him, he was like looking to me for help because his boots are like slipping. He looked all confused. And I thought, mate, don't look to me for help, fella. You look at the wrong fella here. Do you know what I mean? He was like looking at me to say like, what's going on? And I was thinking, lad, you're still gonna get it, lad. But yeah, it was obviously frustrating because I've been looking really good in the gym. Like they've all been really happy with me, and I would look much better against someone who comes to fight me, not skating around the ring.
How have you found the move, mate, down to Canterbury? Obviously, when I last spoke, well, not when I last spoke to you, but when I spoke to you, said you were potentially things have maybe gone a little bit stale. You've been in Sheffield for 10 years as an amateur and as a professional. How's the move helped you change your mood, and how are you finding it in Kent?
Yeah, you know what, I always just get on with it. Even though I wasn't the happiest in Sheffield, I used to just grind it out. But being down there with the lads, like you know what the lads are all good people like Chris Billam-Smith, mate, he's a diamond, and it's good to be like in the same house as people who are in the same journey as me. Where in Sheffield I was living on my own in some little dive at one point, like a little snad flat, and it was just quite lonely and boring, and I was always going through my own stuff, and I just sitting in Nando's by myself, and it just get you down a bit. Whereas in the house now, we're all together, we all eat together, we have a bit of a laugh, we have our own time as well, but if you want to have a little chat with someone, they're only next door. So you're not really on your own. And it's a lonely sport, but it's a lot easier, and you've got people on the same journey in the same house.
Does it kind of take you back to your days travelling as an amateur and staying in digs?
That's exactly what it is, mate. Like exactly like my GB days, and I had a lot of success in that like format with GB and living the life with all the lads and stuff. And it's the same thing. And Shane's a really, really good coach as well. So I enjoy training with Shane. Like people say, what's the hardest part of the camp? I enjoy camp. I enjoy training. I enjoy circuits. I enjoy everything. I don't enjoy running, or I don't enjoy being away from home. But as a whole, I love my job.
You mentioned kind of the hookup with Shane. Obviously, it's been a relatively short period of time since you joined the camp. What improvements do you feel that you've made already under him?
I think my footwork's improved a lot. I think my defence is getting a bit better. I'm a lot more loose because Shane has me be a bit more free in my guard, where Dave was quite disciplined about my hands up, constantly trying to move my head. Shane's not really as fussed about my hands being up because I've got more vision and I can be a bit more unpredictable and it's a bit easier to move. So I just feel a lot more comfortable in the ring, and I can do a lot more rounds as well because I'm a lot more relaxed with my hands a bit looser. I've been doing like 10 round sparring easy with two different kids and not tired at all, where years ago I used to be a bit more tight and trying to hurt people. I'd get a little bit more tired, where I feel a lot more free now in the ring with my hands. Like when I was a young amateur, my hands were like dead loose and low, and that's how I box naturally. I'm a lot naturally more fluent with my hands a bit lower.
There's been obviously a lot of comments already about it. The fight that everybody wants to see you in is Scott Fitzgerald, the rematch. Is that realistic for this year? Obviously, things are on hold at the minute, but that's obviously the fight that people want to see, the fight that I know that you want. Can we expect to see that in 2020, all being well?
Well, I'm open to some ways. I think it's more down to Scott than me. I'm up for it whenever. But I think we were scheduled to fight in July sometime. He was meant to box in May. I don't think there's been any boxing now until like June, July myself personally. So we could fight next in July if Scott's up for it. But also the board ordered Metcalf against Fitzgerald before the end of July and me against Smith. But I think it's being postponed a bit now because of this corona. So me and Scott should fight in July unless he pulls out, mate, unless he's scared. Because you get a good payday. We fight in July and the winner fights Metcalf then. So unless Scott wants to let the fans down and not fight, we should fight in July, hopefully.
We're getting some comments here about Ted Cheeseman. How did you see the Cheeseman-Fitzgerald fight, Fowler? Who did you have winning that fight?
You know what? I was sat next to Dave Coldwell, and there was a few close rounds. I thought Scott won the first round, and I thought Cheeseman had a good spell in the mid rounds and won most of the rounds. But there was a few closest rounds, and like Dave was telling me that he thought Cheeseman got it. So obviously I was agreeing with him, and I was scoring the rounds for Cheeseman, and I thought Scott won the last three quite well. So I actually scored a draw when I was sitting there, and I haven't watched it back to be fair. But I thought if anyone deserved to win, it was Cheeseman. But I thought the draw was fair. I don't think Scott deserved to win the fight, if I'm honest.
Obviously, seen Scott have some difficulties in the past with his weight. By all accounts, he was supposed to be boxing earlier on this year, but wasn't really in a position to make the weight safely. What do you think that says about somebody like that? Because obviously he's very talented. I'm sure you'd be the first to admit that, but apparently the dedication looks as though it may not be there. Yeah,
he's just a bit like the opposite to me, and he's just the opposite to me. So I mean, that's why there's such a big rivalry, because all of his fans are all the opposite to my fans. It's like a big rivalry going on kind of thing, because we're like chalk and cheese, me and him. We're really different people. But I think for him to get motivated to fight, he needs to fight me. So I think me and him fighting, he should get his head in the game, get back in there, and make weight.
What makes you think that the rematch will be different to the first fight?
Just, you know what, you can make as much excuses as you want. You can say this and that, but I did start believing my own hype in that fight. I genuinely thought it would be an easy fight for me, and that's my own more feel me. Like even just little things I've done, mate, which I didn't even do. Like normally I eat before I go to the venue, because it could be a potential 10-round fight. And that fight, and I'd be blessed. I have a protein bar and a banana, so I thought it'll be over in a few rounds. Do you know what I mean? So I just went prepared in my head for a hard 10-round war, which it turned out to be. I was expecting like a walk in the park, and even though it didn't go to plan. I didn't perform well. I was still winning the fight all the way through. I never once thought I was losing. I won the first few rounds easy. He come back into it. I got a lot of respect for him taking all them shots and it come back at me and then knocking me down the next round. So that shows what a hard fella he is when he wants to be.
We just had Lerone Richards, who's asked, hello Lerone, by the way, last time I saw you was in Vegas. Hope you're well, mate. What adjustments would you need to make to beat Scott Fitzgerald convincingly next time around? Obviously, you've just mentioned kind of your pre-fight routine, but as far as the fight itself goes, what do you feel that you need to do? What do you need to adjust?
I boxed very poor. My footwork was awful. I was falling in. I was like laboring, hiding there. I think all my adrenaline, all that. People forget, I had 9 fights going to that fight. I had 9 fights and then been past 6 rounds. It's my first time like on the big stage in that like with a bit of pressure on me. My first hard fighting. I was falling on my front foot. I was loading up. I was flat-footed. I made loads of mistakes. I watch it back and I just cringe. I think, what was you doing? But that was me fighting with emotion, not my head. If I would just relax in there and just settle down and got behind my boxing, I think I'll beat him easy, mate. Next time, honest to God, I think I'm going to beat him quite well.
Okay, mate. Well, before I let you go, wouldn't be right not to ask you about the current situation with the Premier League. Your beloved Liverpool, so close yet so far. What do you think is going to happen with this, mate?
Mate, you know what? I mean, my best mates are mad already. He doesn't stop talking about it constantly. He doesn't care about nothing else about the league, mate. So we're just all sweating because it's been such a long time now. Maybe we deserve it. Do you know what I mean? It's only 2 games away from us winning, basically. So just hope that they let us play these games out. But I can't see them not extending it to the summer. It's just not fair unless they do, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like they can't do it. So they can't do it. So there'll be a riot. There'll be a riot in Liverpool, mate. So they will.
It would be the most Liverpool football club thing.
Mate, I can't even think about it. I'm actually sweating now thinking about it. Getting all hot and bothered.
Okay, mate. Well, we hope everything is obviously all right with coronavirus, and hopefully we get to finish the Premier League season. But thanks for stopping by, mate. At short notice, I do appreciate it. Always a pleasure catching up with you, Mr. Fowler.
See you, my mate. See you soon.
Thanks, mate.
Bye, mate. Bye.
Cheers, Fowler. Thanks, mate. How are you anyway, mate? How's the channel? I haven't seen you in a while. How are you getting on?
Yeah, I'm just taking over. I've got to pay the bills, so but Uncle T Boxing doesn't pay the bills at the moment. Maybe get some sponsors in, but I'll get back to it. I probably need this time while to sort myself out while the boxing is having a little break. I've got a question for you though. Obviously April is gone now.
Yeah.
What's the chances of it coming back in May for the pay-per-view month?
What boxing back in May? First week of May?
Yeah.
No chance. Yeah. Absolutely
it's not
no
happening.
Chance. No.
So all that Dillian White fight with the Derek Chisora, you don't see that happening?
I don't believe so. No, I don't believe so. I mean, I could be wrong. Obviously, I'm not a promoter. I'm not privy to negotiations and stuff. But I'd be amazed if we get boxing before July. Amazed.
Really.
So.
Really.
Yeah. But yeah. So what? That was your question, was it? Whether we were going to see boxing in May?
Yeah, but you've answered that. I was just talking about, obviously, this is not really going to affect you because you get accreditation. But in the coming months, anyway, boxing fans were bombarded with all this pay-per-view stuff, with this all coming in with the subscription and everything. What's your view about all that? I know you're not meant to. You got to keep, try and keep it neutral as much as possible. But for the boxing fans, what do you think about all that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have to keep it fairly neutral, but I'm also a boxing fan. I buy the pay-per-views, even the shows that I'm at, I'll buy so I can watch them the next day. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's the way things have been going for a long time. So it's no surprise to me. It depends. I mean, obviously, DAZN going to come in. What kind of content, what kind of price point is it going to be? But I know that everybody at the minute is scratching around desperately for content, and that means DAZN everybody. So I don't know whether or not that's going to mean a slight delay to them coming. Whether it ends up being that these pay-per-view shows get pushed and spread out towards the end of the year, I don't know, to be honest, mate, because this whole stuff is just mental. I think the hang on 1 second, mate, 1 second. Hang on. I'll just see one dude is getting kicked. 1 second. Just gonna kick that guy. See you later, mate. Right, he's gone. Sorry about that, Tunji.
What did he do? What did he say?
Don't worry. He said some not nice things that a wholesome man such as yourself shouldn't be subjected to hearing. So anyway, yeah. So I don't really know, mate. I think the second half of the year could be absolutely mental. It could be. You could theoretically have one show a week, like good sized shows, or you could. I don't know what they're going to do, because you're going to have so many fighters who are going to have like a massive backlog of not fighting, and if you're not fighting, you're not getting paid. So people are going to need to get paid, and yeah, it's going to be a mental time. But as far as pay-per-views go, mate, what were we going to have? We were going to have White Povetkin on the second, the same night as Canelo-Saunders. I don't know whether Canelo-Saunders would have been Sky box office. It might have been.
It would have been with DAZN, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. We've spoken about it already. So yeah, I don't know how that's going to change, mate, or how this whole thing is going to change everything. I mean, I don't know. I'd be purely speculating, but as far as pay-per-views go, mate, it's a sign of the times. We're fortunate that we only have to pay 20 quid as opposed to 80, 70, 80 quid, but still, nobody likes paying out of their pocket. Are these fights pay-per-view worthy? I mean, some of the fights.
I made a suggestion here, but my good friend Derek. I made a suggestion on my channel. I was like, I would have preferred to pay a little bit more, like maybe £25 for Derek and Dillian Whyte to be in the same card. It'd be a massive night at the O2, but they're too big egos. That would have been a great night for boxing, wouldn't it? Imagine Dillian Whyte fighting Povetkin and Chisora against Usyk all in one night. 25 quid. Come on. That would have been better, wouldn't it?
They might have to do something like that. You never know.
But
you never know.
Everyone wants to get paid maximum. I know it's a dangerous sport and everything, but the numbers are all adding up with the subscriptions, the BT, BT subscriptions. That comes with Box Nation. Then obviously the Sky, then DAZN are now going to come through with DAZN coming through. That will water down the Sky Sports boxing as well. And it's all going mad. Then we have to add the pay-per-views with the and all those fights, believe it or not, the one I was looking forward to out of all those 4 pay-per-view fight would have been Joe Joyce against Dubois Joyce. That would have been the fight for me, because that meant a little bit more for me.
Obviously, all the things going on in the world, like like people dying and stuff like that, we've got to be thinking of things like that. But it's just hard, very hard.
Yeah, it really does. It really makes you think about how quickly things can change. Like it's unbelievable when you kind of consider. This has just happened and nobody can do anything about it, and it's just brought everybody crashing down. It's quite humbling and quite scary when you think about that. Like,
I'm just hoping it basically fucks off soon, because it's doing my nutting.
I can imagine you being an absolute nightmare to be like housebound, like one of the last people you'd want to like confine to a house for a week. I bet you're climbing the walls after about 15 minutes.
Absolutely doing me nutting. But it is what it is, I suppose. It's crack on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Listen, great to talk to you anyway. I'm going to shoot, but you best go get your thumbprint out now. You better go do the dishes.
Yeah, I bet I had, mate. All right, mate. Well, all the best to you and the family. I hope everybody... I hope you and yours stay safe in this
None
period.
of my kids have gone to school anyway. Tom Little.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Tom, I'll get you on the next one as well.
Go on then, mate. Take care,
much,
yeah? All the best.
If anybody's watching that has watched throughout the whole time, thanks very much. Or even if you've just popped in, thanks very much. Boxing Social Live Show, man. Let's get it happening again. Yeah, cheers, Lee.